Lovely. So, how are you, Decarlo?
Surviving lockdown.
Surviving lockdown, are you? So,
Yes,
so we know that that what we're doing today is how to manage and maintain our fitness and health during this whole lockdown period,
yes.
and how things are. They're getting a little bit more lenient now, aren't they? When we think about it, but
In what?
how? Like, I mean, we're allowed to go out and see family and friends now, so it's not just a one-to-one thing. I think that
Okay.
we're allowed to do that.
I,
I
I
have
haven't watched the news in a while, so I'm not even aware of that. Okay.
same, yeah. So we're allowed to do that, and various other little things. We can go for two strolls a day as opposed to one. So it seems like the shackles are coming off. But how are you, as a fitness instructor, managing during these times?
Um, that's a yeah. Me personally, I've just found loads of things to do in the house. Been living here, living where I'm living for over 20, come to 26 years.
Mm.
Sorry. And I had 26 years up in my loft. Yeah. So I spent a week, I still haven't even scratched the surface yet. I put that on hold because the recycling was taken every 2 weeks. So I had to wait, and I'm not going to fly tip. So guys, don't fly tip. Yeah. So I just had to kind of wait and do kind of paint the house and put flooring down for when I'm training people and quite a few other things, you know.
Okay, awesome. So you're managing, yeah? What about
Yeah.
what about business wise? Are you earning at the
If,
moment?
if no earning, to be honest, what it is, to be honest, it's it's a matter of there's a lot to do when it comes to the fitness side. Yeah, people out there running off videos and running off, doing sessions per day. You know, for me, I found this time, as in, for instance, for me to deal with me.
Okay.
Now, not people yet. They might be at home by themselves, or they might be at home with people. And you've got to learn to actually deal with these people. So arguments might crop, you know, it's the normal everyday thing. But some arguments or some of the stuff that people have been experiencing,
Mm.
they is different, because before you could just go out, go to the pub, or go to work and hide yourself. Now you have to deal with it and deal with your
Heads on. Yeah.
head, and wake up next day and look your partner in the face, or ignore them.
Mm.
You had Now is a time where you had to kind of learn more about your partner, even though people have read and been through certain things. But there's about learning more about yourself. Can you identify yourself?
Mm.
Can you identify your characteristics? Because being away from somebody, potentially majority of the time of the day, to having to be with them 24/7, it's a massive, massive thing to deal with.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite funny because I done two podcasts relating to exactly what you're speaking about there. One about do we really know ourselves? And also two, if you are with a significant other, how to survive quarantine with your mate. And like you said, it's not really
Children.
children,
Yeah.
family, everything, right? And everyone, we will be open up for question and answers at the end of this session. So stick around and we'll have some questions and answers that you can fly to Decarlo and see how we can press forward. So how can we keep fit during this lockdown then, Decarlo?
Right. Think about it is what I have seen, and as I was kind of trying to mention earlier, loads of people out there doing videos, okay, and trying to motivate others, when really deep down inside, you've got to motivate yourself first.
Yeah.
Doing things for others is,
Mm.
I applaud the people that's helping everybody else outside. But how about yourself? When was the last time that you actually kind of put other stuff down and focused on yourself? Self-quarantine for me, it was about me identifying myself as well, as I said earlier. So I'll go out there and I'll do classes and I'll create so many different exercises, different movements, different strategies, and always try to make every class that I did different. So it was all about the creativity. But there was a lot of time that I was missing myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I was creating for others, but not creating for myself. Now, being on lockdown, I've kind of created within myself and kind of I've had time for myself. So how do I keep fit? Well, one of the first things in lockdown is mentally.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not physically. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, I've got to. We're going back onto that. What's the word? That the vanity side, because we're looking for that look. For me, and I always told people this when I've trained them, it's not about what you look like, it's how you feel. So you get up in the morning, you don't feel that you want to train, then don't train. You have to get yourself to a mental stage to where you train for the sake of you want to train. So like, for instance, in my house, I'm not getting up and saying, right, come on in, we're going for a run around the park, or we're going to do some exercises. That's not me. They say, can we train today? Yeah, before the total lockdown, my daughter was coming all the way from Enfield to come down and train with me. Then her mum said, no, she can't. I don't want to come out of the house because, you're going to bring coronavirus home. And it's like, okay, really. But same with my elder daughter here. And it's just a matter of, if somebody wants to do something, you've got to take that step. It's not for me to take that step for you.
And that's very true, because in you saying about us being mentally fit, it's that self-motivation, because we have trained with you for a long time, right? So surely we've got to think about the purpose of training, the reasons why. And if we're looking at it as lessons, then you should have taught us well enough that we can actually be self-motivated to go out there and train ourselves. Would you agree, disagree to that?
Yeah, I mean, I can look back to, it was always a motto that I made up when I was back in the day. I used to work with a guy called David Roberts. I don't know if he's on, but if he's on, hi. And back in the day, I started myself as Decarlo Oakley, as a lot of people come up. And we got together and we said we're going to work on it, and we broke down the name to Decology. So, because a lot of people struggle to say Decarlo, but after a while, people got used to it, loved it. But we kind of broke down certain things, and we was going to launch this fitness package, but there was something that was missing. There was a lot of people talking to me saying certain things. It was like, they goes like, oh no, I don't fancy going to a gym. I'm very apprehensive about a gym. I don't want, all those people in. And so it just came to me, and I used to say, but you don't need to go to a gym. You don't need to go to a gym. At home is where you begin. And that was my motto. You don't need a gym. At home is where you begin. Okay? And look at us where we are now. You're at home.
Yes, we are.
And how many people now are training at home?
So
Billions.
that's the question I'm going to ask you ladies a bit later, how you've been maintaining your training regime. So what ways then, if there are people out there that want to have like a training session and that, how can you be accessible to them in this time of lockdown?
Well, if you on social media, you can always contact me directly, and I can. Something I said I was going out and training clients, and I decided, you know what, I'll stick with their rules. You know, for me, it's never always been about the money. It's never about the money. So I could have been putting my family at risk by going out, traveling an hour just to go and train a client for an hour. But I said, it's not always about the money.
Yeah.
We'll have to, we want this lockdown we want this to be eradicated as soon as possible. We want everything to go back to normal as possible, which is not happen. Okay. It's changed. It's changed our lives. This whole lockdown around the world has just changed everything.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's about how adaptable are you. So for instance, as you know, I create different exercises, different moods, different styles every time. Okay. Doing when I do a fitness. So I'm used to creating from nothing. How about those people that are not? How about those people who are systematic to do the same routine over and over again? And when I mean people, I'm talking about people that go and train and people that teach. Okay? You Zumba teachers, are you at home learning something new, or are you going to come back to your first Zumba class and do the same movements that you did before lockdown? I'm watching video after video after video. And how is it everybody's doing press-ups? How is it everybody? Now if people want to do functional classes, before they weren't doing body weight. It was always weights. Now people are starting to use, weights are not there. And I've always stated this. Like people say, are weights very important? I say, yeah, to a certain level. But if you can't do your own body weight, why would you need weights?
Very true. So then, has the lockdown changed the fitness industry forever then? Has it changed the way that
no,
we do things?
Old habits never die. Okay, old habits never die. But hopefully this has opened people's eyes up to, utilizing your body weight. I know people doing handstands. I've seen a few videos where people are lifting each other and, somebody, this guy had his partner on his back and then he took her over for his legs and all that kind of stuff without her touching the floor. There's a lot of creativity out there, but why did we have to go lockdown for that to actually come out?
Take place, yeah.
So I've always taught classes where people can utilize. I do a lot of partnerships. That way, when you work with a partner, you get that little bit more motivation. So at home now, if you're with your partner, you can partner with your partner.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Practice. Now, what happens if you're just by yourself? Some people are going to struggle because, good friends of mine that use weights, they're like, oh yeah, now they know they have to do like body weight. So, okay, now you're going to have to do proper pull-ups. You have to do proper press-ups. Knees on the floor. I'm seeing people demonstrate with knees on the floor. Why are your knees on the floor? You're learning to lift yourself. If you keep your knees on the floor, you're always going to keep your knees on the floor. You're not going to think unless you're taught to move to the next stage. So it's always about, for me, it's always about growth. So training at home, I think personally that a lot of people will learn a lot from this, and a lot of people will still enjoy it. People still go back to the same old.
So then do you think the gyms will be a thing of the past?
Well, it depends on how much OCD you have. Serious people are going to be thinking, oh, coronavirus, sanitizing all the time and as far as what I read, is like, for instance, when gyms open, they have to look at the how how sanitized.
Sanitary conditions.
Yeah, so it's a lot more. And the fact is, we can look back to. Okay, I can look back to over 40 years. Okay, I won't talk about you. I can look back to over 40 years when we used to go out and play, run around in the dirt. I certain things that we used to do as kids, whereas parents don't do that now. Everybody's all about health and safety. We're so health and safety conscious that we're literally hurting ourselves. Okay, we're so cleanly that we're actually getting ill and dying a lot more because our body's not fighting as they should be.
Yeah.
How do you remember can you remember when you was young how many times you were ill?
Only once with an earache.
Exactly.
Or maybe a couple of times.
Maybe the odd bellyache because of certain people's cooking and thing. But
yours. And you had chicken pox.
I was well, everybody had chicken pox.
I didn't get it. The whole family had it, and everyone, and I didn't get it. Yeah.
The things that we did as kids, I'd say the 80s, 90s, it all changed.
Yeah, and times are changing now, aren't they? You'd agree that times are changing now. So, on the subject of health and fitness, I kept going back to the fridge, right? Looking for food. It's time. I do a monthly shop, so there's no food in the fridge, thankfully. How do we maintain a good diet and not binge eating? Because obviously we are at home, and that is sadly one of the things when you're at home, you tend to be more hungry. So how would you, what's a good tip on maintaining a healthy diet?
Like fasting. Before this pandemic happened, I bought so much tea, for instance, hibiscus, peppermint tea. I bought my willow bark. I bought my cinnamon bark, dragon's claw. I just bought loads of immunity teas, and especially mint. Mint is known to help curb appetite. Binging, I can't tell somebody how to not binge. Well, it's the same as, like, for instance, how you want to train is how you want to eat. So if you can discipline yourself to say, right, okay, I'm not going to eat this, or when you go shopping, that you try to avoid the sweet
fatty stuff. Yeah.
Not so much the fatty stuff. It's more because there's some fats that we do need.
Okay.
Yeah. So diet, I've always stated this to people. Okay, you've got nutritionists, you've got people out there doing diets, but remember, every single one of us is a fingerprint. There's no fingerprint that's the same. Okay, we're all individual. So when it comes to me, I've had people ask me, what's the best things to eat? Now, you have to identify that. I can't turn and say, oh, eat salads and, come off carbs, and because your body reacts differently to mine. So there's a book that I read called The Plan, and it kind of states that I've put a lot of people onto that. Helps you not so much lose weight, but helps you improve your nutrition and your diet, and discover what foods make you inflammatory and what don't. So inflammatory means, like, for instance, if you eat something, like if you go to McDonald's, okay, I'm just using that as an example, and you have a burger and full all day, you just feel like bloated, but you don't feel like you've eaten. You just feel, that's the inflammatory. Now, when you're having food that kind of triggers that inflammatory inside you, you know, that's what helps you build. That's what not helps you. That's what builds the fat. That's what keeps the fat built. You understand? So you want to avoid foods that keep you bloated for so long. You want to be fulfilled and not be filled. Do you understand?
Mm.
Food is always about satisfactory. So when it comes to like, for instance, binging, I ain't gonna lie. Yes, I've had my my chocolates and my little desserts. Yeah, I like my desserts. I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, but at the same time, I'm human. Okay, and like you said, this is all about health and fitness at home during lockdown. You know, I've exercised. So if you're not exercising, if you're not doing anything active in your house, and you're sitting down there eating chocolates and crisps and pastries and, you know, nuts, and then yeah, you're going to be coming and not climbing the rope anymore. Yeah, no box jumping. Yeah, it's going to be more, you know, jumping from side to side. So on the dietary side of things, I'll get the book for you, Rosita. I'll get her book for you.
Okay. I'll put a link in there in the chat.
Yeah. And for me personally, I think what you need to do is you need to train yourself. You have to discipline yourself. You're at home. Everything now becomes a discipline and an understanding of yourself and whoever else is in that house of yours. About you guys compromising. So compromise with yourself. So when I mean compromise, okay, yeah, I can have that chocolate hot pot. Okay, I can have that. But in order for me to have that, let me maybe if I got stairs, 10 up and down.
Okay.
Compromise with yourself.
So we've spoken about mental fitness. Okay. We've spoken about having self-discipline. So what about actual fitness? Because I know that in some instances, we can motivate ourselves. Some people can motivate themselves. But when it comes down to not being able to be motivated, that's where you come in. And I'm going to speak to you afterwards about maybe setting up some classes online to make available for your clients. But how can we then, like, that was a very good suggestion, if you eat one chocolate pot to go up the stairs 10 times, right? So how much time, first off, do we need to spend each day or every other day or however many times we want to on physical exercise? And can you give us some tips regarding the kinds of exercises we can be doing at home?
Right. Well, the regular guidance for training is the minimum of 3 days a week.
Okay.
It's 3 days a week. And the minimum amount of time that you spend on training is 25 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so 25 minutes is enough time to take your heart rate up and maybe burn a little bit more, burn some calories. Less than that, you're not really doing anything. But remember, 5 minutes doesn't mean you turn the clock on 25 minutes, you do one exercise and then you chat for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then it means 25 minutes of constant training.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Now, what is constant exercise? It doesn't mean, okay, I know a lot of people are doing burpees, but all these videos out there, you're doing burpees. How many people do you know that can do a burpee? There's a lot of people that are at home that can't do a burpee. So you're only catering for your own clients. You're catering for your own people. So to really help somebody, you need to show them some basic. Yes, I did a video yesterday, just by standing on one leg. I put weight on my ankle and on my back, but you can wear it back if you don't have it, you know, or just keep it plain Jane, and just give yourself time. So if you use time, you would hit those 25 minutes. Yeah. If you give yourself reps, I can do 10, 25 minutes.
Okay.
Think about it. 10 reps in 25 minutes.
10 reps. Oh, like a circuit.
I can do 10 reps in 25 minutes. 2.5 minutes per rep.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just do 1 rep and wait 2.5 minutes. Okay, so what I'm saying, the reason why I say time is because when you get that time, it's good to a certain level, but you want to start looking at, if you set a number to certain things, you tend to more achieve. So like if I was teaching someone to row, I'd say, well, don't row for 25 minutes, 2,500 meters.
Okay.
Then you hit 2,500 meters. You understand? If it takes you all day to hit it, then you're going to get it. Set yourself a target, set yourself a number. So some of the exercises that I was showing yesterday, I put time. And time to where you kind of feel that burn. You want to feel a slight burn.
Like fatigue the muscle.
Yeah,
okay.
Like some fatigue. Because the more and more you feel fatigue when you train, the more your resistance to training gets better. And you're doing it over a certain period of time.
Yeah.
The more you do that, you find that you can resist more of the burn and go more of the time.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to open up the floor for questions. Is that all right, Decarlo?
No.
And then we can summarize afterwards. We've looked at mental fitness, we've looked at diet, and we've also looked at physical fitness, and that the timings of staying fit at home. So I'm just going to open it up. So everyone, if you want to join in and you have a question, feel free. I can see if I can unmute your right. I'm going to unmute you all. And do we have any questions for Decarlo?
Hello, Lynn. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Your bit about the loft. I've been doing the cupboard under the stairs. It's horrible. And I discovered I own 4 feather dusters. I've got 4 feather dusters.
4 feather dusters. So do we have any questions for Decarlo? Anyone?
So if we're doing weights, for example, at home, so we've got a bar and some, I don't know what the weight's called, where they've got the shorter bar with the weight on the end and a long bar that you can deadlift with.
Dumbbells?
No, we haven't got dumbbells.
Barbell? The long bar?
I'll show you what I mean. So my question is, we're obviously doing things like deadlifts and stuff. Are you going to put videos up to show how we should do it properly so we don't bust out our back?
Yeah, but that means for me to have a bar.
So for example, we have this.
Okay, that's a dumbbell.
Right. Oh, okay. And then we've got the long...
long one with the...
We've got that.
That's a barbell, yeah.
Okay. And then we've got this.
Bench, yeah.
But we don't have, the bench that you lie down on to do...
bench press.
That's the one.
You lie on the floor. Lie on the floor.
Huh?
Lie on the floor.
You bench press on the floor?
You can lie down on the floor. But okay, just it's good to have the bench there and press. But I guarantee you, I just look at it this way. Can you do a press up?
Yeah, just about.
Right. So do you feel you need to do bench pressing?
What if I can do a press up?
Yeah. Think about it. I'm saying this because I want you to understand. You can press your body off the floor.
Yeah.
That barbell that you just now showed me is less than your body weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So for you to use that barbell, you're gonna have do a lot more reps. How many presses are you doing? This ain't for everybody.
Well, I struggle to do 10. Let's put it that way. So I can do 5, fine, but then when I get close to 10, it's a bit more of a struggle.
Okay. So, see on that bench where you had your dip bench where you used for your abdominal press as well. You can still lie on that bench and still chest press, as long as you've got a spotter with you, because that way you decline. Chest. Yeah. Okay. But if you lie down on the floor and you have the bar in your hand, you're literally pressing at the top part of the chest press.
Yeah.
So when your hands go below, when your elbows go below your back, that's when okay. That's
again, sorry.
When your elbows go below your back, that's when you get the stretch in your chest. Yeah, that's when you get the pulls. Where your arms are just going to be touching the floor and pressing, you'll be hitting your triceps more.
Okay.
So you can still just work from the floor, still lay down on the floor. Take position. You can lift your legs off the floor. Okay. Bring both your feet off the floor. Make sure that your knees are not coming in towards your belly button, but out away from your belly button with your feet off the floor, and press. So you can like adapt that exercise to do more than less.
Yeah.
So would you make that a circuit of like in 5s that you can do in 25 minutes? Or would you have to do more than just the weights? Uncle Bootie's been put on silent.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. As I tell everyone, I'm Uncle Bootie.
Sorry.
Okay.
I can't help it.
That's okay. Listen, the minimum is 25 minutes. Okay. Hello, sweetheart. Right. Yeah, the minimum is 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But you choose how long you need to go for. You know when you're done. So if you ain't done before 5 minutes of, constant training, then you keep going until you're done.
Okay.
You understand? So it's train for me. I have a way of training. I call it there's a concept I'm coming up with, like the fitness chef. Okay, and it's training's a bit like food. You can have it rare or you can have it well done. Some people like it rare, but I like my training medium to well done. That's more time. Yeah, the rarer it is, the less effective it's going to be. Not saying that way, but that's how I'm putting training. Okay, so look at it that way. If when you are ready, so set yourself a target. Set yourself a target. Maybe, I don't know how long we've got left, but in the time that we do have, so for instance, we got 2 weeks left. Set yourself a target. Say, for instance, I'm aiming for 100 press-ups for this one. 100 press-ups. So that doesn't, you knock it all out in one day. You're going to spend that whole week trying to knock out those. So if you're saying you're struggling to get to 10 press-ups, then look at that. You can spread those press-ups during the day. Hit that number, set numbers, set targets, and aim for that and see how you do from there.
Yeah, definitely.
So, best press, say I'm going to lay on the floor and I'm going to aim, because you're going to find when you're laying on the floor and you're pressing, it's going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to say to you, okay, set yourself a target of, like, for instance, I'm going to do 20s and I'm going to aim for, say, for instance, 200. If you get to 200 and you feel that there's so much more in the tank, then double it. Yeah, you don't have to limit anything.
And we have the time. We have the time.
And we have the time. Yeah, I forgot no where.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, the good thing about you've got the kids at home. So it's fun. Make it fun. Make training fun, because training is fun. It doesn't always have to be like burn and pain next day. Because a lot of people, that's what people rely on. Oh, I've got to have a burn, I've got sweat, I've got to... Okay, look, the amount of movement that you do in your bed at night, okay, your body's constantly working at night. And the reason why we feel tired is because we've never really constantly looked at, okay, I moved a lot last night whilst I was sleeping. And when you go to get up in the morning, you're like, oh, don't want to get out of bed. Well, how about when you have that good sleep? You know, when you had that good sleep, this is to all of you. Think about that good sleep that you have and you get out of bed and you don't even feel tired. But when you have that restless sleep, you wake up in the morning tired. Why? Because you moved, your body was active all night.
So, do we have any other questions, anyone? Any other questions?
Don't be shy.
Just a quick one.
Yep. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. That's fine.
Hi.
Thank you,
I don't
Cheryl.
look great, so I didn't put my camera on. Sorry.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hi. Just to ask, when you said you were going to do some videos, so I'm looking forward to that. I've been doing some training and some yoga stuff, but can you consider bad knees as well? So I don't know if you're going to do like a low impact and a high impact. Is that all right?
Yeah. Did you see the video I sent yesterday?
I did. I haven't actually done that one yet, so I'm going to try and do that today.
That's knee based.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all suppression and it's all about control. So remember, as I showed you before, everything that we've done, always think about, you know, your limit. You know how far you can go. And remember, sometimes when we do feel a niggle, that's not a sign to, that's not always a sign.
Sorry.
That's okay. Carry on.
No, I had a delivery.
That's fine. That's good. Okay, so every time we feel a niggle, sometimes yes, we have signals in our brain saying, oh, look, there's a warning. So that warning sign. But a warning sign is to warn you of what you have.
Yeah.
It's warning you that you must stop.
Stop.
Because,
okay.
But yeah. So for instance, if I had a pain in my foot, so should I just sit down and just not move? I still have to get around. I still have to, you understand? So your body will help itself so you can do certain things.
Yeah.
So if I have a bad knee, if I keep my legs straight all the time, what's going to happen to that bad knee? People always say, yes, rest and it will get better. Not necessarily. You still have to do everything normal. You still have to move around. You still have to try and bend. You still have to try and keep that flexibility. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Years ago when I was a child, I had an accident with my hands and I lost my fingertips. And when I was in hospital, I hate hospitals. And I remember when I was in there, I could not bend my hand at all.
Okay.
Couldn't bend my hand because of the pain. I had stitches in my fingertips. I could not bend my fingers. I hate hospitals. The doctor turned around and said, until you do this, you can't leave the hospital.
Okay.
Okay. Took me 2 hours.
Yeah.
Plus the stitches, it didn't do, you understand? So what I'm saying to you is, like, for instance, we do have ailments in our body. We do have, right now I've got a trapped nerve in my left leg, in my glute. And it is a pain in your ass, literally. but I can't sit down and not do nothing. I have to stretch it. I have to work. And I still have to move. I jump on my bike. I still go for a run. Yeah, I had this pain for God knows how long. I went for a 6-mile run the other day. Okay. It didn't affect.
Yeah, I am working through the pain, definitely. So I look forward to your low and high impact videos.
Okay, well, luckily they're all one stage, and you put the effort into it. So look at the one yesterday. And if you got Dutch spot, did you do the Dutch spot one as well? Yeah. Okay. Good seeing you.
Yes, I think, yeah, I thought.
Do we have any other
Okay,
questions?
yes.
Any other questions, anyone? So, Decarlo, overall then, we've looked at mental, we've looked at diet, we've looked at physical. How would you summarize? And in fact, are you going to do any online training? Is that available first off?
Right. Yeah. If anybody wants to do online training, personal one-to-ones, that's always available. Majority of people have my details. If you don't have my details and you're on this, well, you must know me from somewhere. So just get a message, private message via Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. But at the same time, like I said, as I said to you, it's not always about money. So where I have put videos up, I'm putting videos up with a difference. I'm not saying you guys know how to do a press up. So most of you that's on this site right now listening to me, you know me already. You probably know, you all know how to do a press up. We don't have no knees on the floor. We peel off the floor. So you know all these things. Okay, so I'm going to show you exercises that that are more compound. When they compound, that means you're utilizing more than one muscle instead of just isolation. So, if we're going to do a press up, it has to be press up with something. Combine it. If you combine it, the more muscles that you move at the same time, hence you do your cardiovascular. Run on the spot. Those of you that like watching telly, those of you like doing certain things, march. You can't run, march. But being on that spot, okay, make sure that the knees are always passing the hip line. Okay, your food, just be comfortable. Yeah, comfortable, but not as in, when I mean comfortable, I don't mean as in, like, for instance, you've got a bit of bad news, so you're going to have some comfort eating, so you're going to get all the ice creams and all the chocolates and all the sweet stuff out and fizzy drinks and stuff. That's not comfortable. I mean as in, like, for instance, don't be too disciplined on yourself, okay? Be more assertive. Yeah, because discipline and assertiveness are different. Being disciplined, you become more regimental. You don't want to be regimental with yourself. Life is look at it right now. Life is too short to be regimental. You've got to enjoy. So enjoy your time whilst you can right now at the moment. Because when everything kicks off, we're going to be headless chickens again.
And we know that we did not like being headless chickens, right?
Well,
right. So, Decarlo, thank you so much for joining and giving us that lovely insight today on how we can, pardon?
The book, sorry.
Oh, yes, the book. What's the book, please? How we can maintain.
Years in this blasted book, because I've told so many people about it. The book's called The Plan. Okay.
Who's it by, please?
I'm just getting her now. 1 second. And what I'd say to you guys is, now we have the time to do loads of reading. So just get reading. Get reading and learn more. Set yourself targets. Like, for instance, look at how the muscles work. Get some. It's free with the internet. A lot of things are free. We can always grasp a lot of knowledge about the body. So grasp as much knowledge. Understand why your knees hurt. Understand why when you squat, what muscles are being utilized and what are being engaged. It is really important. And don't take yourselves for granted. Don't take, I can do this and I can do that. I can run 20 miles. Don't take that for granted. Yeah, life ain't about taking things for granted. You've got to really understand and appreciate what you can do, because there's people out there that can't. Okay, it is easy lost. You can be just sorry for the sad news. A friend of mine, he's been with his girlfriend for so long, Okay, I remember when they were coming here. They were coming here. We used to chat, laugh, and joke. They've got 3 children, and she passed away the other day. She didn't from it wasn't corona. That kind of added towards it, but she passed away from cancer. And this guy's got 3 children to raise by himself. You know, and life is just too short. You've got to really make the most of it and enjoy it. Enjoy it and not be so regimental. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to discipline is good for certain things, but not for the whole of your life. You know, enjoy it. Enjoy the people around you. Yeah, and make the most of it. Yeah, make the most of it. And leave. When you leave this planet, okay, when you leave, you want to leave something behind. You want people to remember you. You know, someone to remember you. Okay. So let me get back to this book here.
So, mindset, health mindset, having a good diet in the fact of not binge. We can binge on the things that we like occasionally, but not all the time. And if we are going to do that, then we're going to obviously exercise to alleviate the pressure. Right? What's the name of the author, Decarlo?
Right. The author is Lynn Jeanette Rositas.
Jeanette, is that with the G?
Yes, Jeanette. Genet. Lynn Jeanette Rositas.
Rositas. Okay, lovely. So with that, I'm going to say thank you to everyone for joining us, and keep an eye out. Decarlo will let you know about how he's going to set up the little personal training regimes, or keep you posted with the videos and everything that he's going to be doing. And we look so forward to climbing that rope again.
Yes.
Right? We look forward to climbing that rope. So guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you all on the other side. Take care, guys.